Good morning, it's Monday and I am in probably the best office in the world. Come with me. This is Kelly Slater's surf ranch. When you think of wave pools, you probably picture something pretty small at a water park. But this place, it is next level. It's where world champion surfer Kelly Slater has built the perfect wave. And seriously, look how big this is! This ranch is nowhere near the ocean. It's actually 100 miles from the Pacific in a small town called Lemoore in California. This wave pool is 700 yards or 640 meters in length. In fact, it's so long they even have to have golf carts to get from one end to the other. Okay, so here's kind of the cheat sheet on how this all works. So there's a control tower behind me. That's where all of the magic happens. And they are radioing back and forth between the person on the jet ski carrying the surfers. And they can determine exactly kind of how they want the wave to behave, if they want it to be an intermediate level or if they want it to be beginners for someone like me. And then the magic happens, they press all the buttons, and then that blue machine is the hydrofoil that's dragged along and it creates the wave. The pool is pretty shallow when there's no wave, so you can stand up. It's a concrete base with different contours, so the waves change shape as they travel down the lake. Surfers can ride the wave for around 45 seconds, and you only have to wait another 4 to 5 minutes before a new wave comes through. So Kelly, I am so pumped to be at the surf ranch today. Thanks for having me.
Me too, thank you.
Yeah, so how does the wave actually get generated? Like, what's the technology there?
The technology is a foil shape that goes through the water, and for people who don't know what a foil is, it's basically a really inefficient boat hull. So the idea behind most boats is make that thing plane as quick as possible and not push any water. Ours is the opposite. It's like we don't want it to be planing or lifting. We want it to just be pushing water. So it's all that force getting pushed directly into the wave. I think something like 90+% of the energy that's pulling the mechanism goes directly into the swell that's created. So it's just the more energy you put in, the bigger, stronger wave you get.
So what's the characteristic of this wave?
The idea was to make what's called a solitary wave or a soliton. That's where you get into kind of scientific terms and what differentiates different waves and different technologies. So ours is essentially a swell. In the ocean, surfers will call it ground swell. And so if a storm makes a swell here and it sends it 5,000 miles, it doesn't really lose any energy. So that's what a soliton is.
So Kelly, I am a really bad Australian and I've never surfed before. I know, the look in your face. It's a shock, I know.
Wow, I might leave right now.
I know, but please don't. But for someone that's never surfed, like how easy or how hard is this?
We can tone the wave right down. We can run a small little wave. And we have people who know which board you should be on and how to kind of ride with you and help you. Ultimately, like the top pros and stuff, they're all riding basically as little amount of foam as they can for the most part.
Before my group of rookies tries to surf, Kelly shows us how it's done.
Okay, I'm all ready, suited up. Oh, it's really hot, barefoot. Okay, now I'm gonna learn how to surf, get a lesson before I go in.
Some of the beginners got it pretty quickly. I, on the other hand, yeah, okay, I need some help.
ridiculously fun. Wow. Okay. That was insane. So I guess I caught a wave. I couldn't really stand up, but it was really intense. I could feel the force of the wave behind me. I feel like it's so much easier on land and you're like, yeah, I got it. And then you get on the wave and it just all goes out the window. But that was unreal. After today's performance, I don't think I'm going to be the next Kelly Slater. But even though I only got to try and ride 4 waves, it was still an awesome experience. And I definitely feel more confident in taking on some real waves in the ocean. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. And wait for this wave. It's pretty awesome! So, CNET's paying me to surf? That sounds so dumb saying.